What's up, guys? It's Jam1 for Jam1TCG coming at you guys with another totally awesome video. And guys, this is round 2 of the Crush Card Cup. Again, this is a Cimoooooo hosted online tournament that has been going on for the last couple weeks, and we're in round 2 of this. So welcome to the inside of the Frog Master's mind. We're gonna see how I do in this matchup. If I remember right, I believe this guy was playing Shadal. Not Shadal, sorry, that was the last round. Make sure you guys check that out if you didn't. But yeah, he was playing Madolche, which was really interesting. And as I mentioned to you guys in the last video, this right now is in round 2, which that was around when before Secret Slayers first came out. So people were kind of experimenting with a lot of things and using a lot of old format decks here. So we're gonna go ahead and see. I don't know if I won the dice roll or not. I wasn't paying attention because I was talking. Sorry. Let's see. It's gonna see. But yeah, the whole point of this, guys, is just to showcase. Yeah, I won a dice roll. It's just to showcase you guys what it's like to play in my head, but also to just so you guys see what this online tournament stuff is all about. So I'll go ahead and set 4, which these are some pretty good openers. I kept one in my hand so I can Dino Miscus if I need to. You might see this one. Most people never play this one. I like this one because it actually helps if Toad ever gets banished. And there's a combo that you can do, which I'll show you guys with Opalbinia later on. And he starts with Pranker Tops. I'm like, yikes, that's a pretty good opener. Is he meant to go second? I think, oh, yeah. I think he won a dice roll, but he made me go second. I was like, oh, that's not good. It looks like I might have had a response before he goes into battle phase. If you guys don't see any text over here, it's because we're in a voice chat, I believe, for this one. Oh, yeah, no, I told him he couldn't even summon Pranker Tops because it says your opponent must control monsters, not cards. So, yeah, I told him, yeah, you can't do that. That's what happened there. So, okay. But now I know he has a Pranker Tops in his hand. Card got limited to 1. So I think he thinks here for a second what he wants to do instead of that because he was going to go do that. So, yeah, he summons this thing, which I've seen the Emancipator deck use this now. But, yeah, basically you special summon it for free, kind of like a reverse Cyber Dragon. So that's pretty good. So I'm like, what is he playing? Is he actually playing old school Madolches? I didn't know at first, but yeah, he's playing straight up Madolches, which at this point, this is round 2, so we're both undefeated here. So this guy, don't take this lightly. Madolches used to be an amazing deck back in the day. It really was. When Angeli got released, and you're going to see in this duel, there's a lot of new support for it too, which I didn't even know they had a Link Monster and all this other stuff. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, so he summons that. This is his effect right here. So it's just about to just start vomiting monsters here. And I'm just like, I don't know what I should do. There's Angeli. Speak of this card was so expensive when it first came out. It's so cute though. Look at her. She's so adorable. But yeah, so this is crazy. He's about to just start vomiting out monsters. And as a control player, you got to kind of save your traps for the right time. I didn't know what he was actually planning on doing. So I was just like, okay, I got some compulsion stuff. I kind of want to wait till he commits more to the board before I just stop him. It depends on the matchup, but I really didn't know, so I didn't want to preemptively fire my traps, and then he just goes to battle phase and kills me. So I'm just kind of waiting to see what he does. So like I said, we got a Trap Trick here, we got a Dino Miscus, we got a Lost Winds to stop an effect, and we got a Compulse right here. This is kind of dead in my hand, but it's okay because when I discard it for Dino, I'll have a Paleo Engrave. And so he gets out Hoot Cake. Hoot Cake is scary, man. This thing does so much. But yeah, as you guys have been following, as I mentioned before, I know it's been a while since I posted videos and things, but yeah, I went back to Paleo because I just decided that, you know, the Marincis stuff wasn't doing it for me. I tried for weeks and weeks and weeks to make it work. And you can ask everybody in my locals. I did some crazy stuff that nobody even thought about with the deck, but it didn't work out to my favor. So he goes ahead and summons this off of Hoot Cake. But yeah, so I just went back to Paleo, guys. And as I said, this build that I'm playing here, that lets them get Chateau. That's the field spell, which boosts them to be really big. And they get recursion effects with it. And there it is right there. But yeah, as time has gone on, the format is changing. Right now, in this current match, this was still the transition before Secret Slayers. But as time moves on, we're gonna start seeing people are playing a lot of new stuff, and it's gonna get really interesting. And I have to change my deck. You're allowed to change your deck in this tournament because, like Simo said, that until we get to the top cut, then you'll have to submit a deck list. But for now, you just basically can just switch decks if you want to. Of course, I'm playing through Frogs, but you might see me switch out a few cards in my side deck and main deck. So yeah, he starts building his big field, and then they are boosted by 500. So I'm about to take a lot of damage here. So that thing is at like 2,000. He goes ahead and attacks. And I'm thinking, do I really want to do anything right here? I believe, if I remember this duel right, I think I saved everything till he commits more in the main phase 2, because I'm like, it's no reason to stop these monsters. Just let them go ahead and attack me. As long as I have life points, I'm still alive. And we're not playing Strike or Solemn, so I don't care about my life points. I really don't. As long as they don't hit 0. So yeah, you see, like it's looking really rough here. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine. So he goes to main phase 2 after smacking me with all his damage. He sets one. Lewis and Perm. Okay. I didn't know what that was before. He sets another one. I can hover over that too to see what it is. Oh, it's a Claw by the Grave. Yikes, scary. But yeah, I just assumed they were support cards. I mean, because if I remember Madolche back in the day, they're just like combo spam. And Tiramisu, which I will make a video about that terrible experience with facing Tiramisu. Here it goes, the Link Monster, the new Link Monster for the Madolches, which I didn't even know they had. I'm just looking like, what is he doing here? And we were on voice chat, so I'm like, yeah, like what? They got a Link Monster? Yo, let me read, because I had to keep reading all his cards because I didn't know what they did. But basically, this one kind of like makes things that it points to immune. Kind of like what's that Trickstar card? You know what I'm talking about? It's the Trickstar Link. I can't remember her name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's a big one, and she kind of like protects them. It's Angel something. There it is, Holly Angel. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It kind of protects them from like being targeted. So at this point, I'm thinking here, I believe I go ahead and like get rid of this threat, because I don't know if he was about to combo into something crazy. I just didn't want to see Tiramisu. Tiramisu's effect is terrible. No pun intended. It basically lets you like bounce back stuff. So I didn't want him to hit that on the field. So I just think I go ahead and activate something here. Yep. I go ahead and compulse that back. I'm like, get that out of here. Compulse is so busted, guys. Like, it's literally just free removal. They did all that hard work to summon it, and now it's gone. So I'm just like, yeah, no. I didn't want that on the field. I didn't know where he was trying to do with it, but I just didn't want it to stay there. And I couldn't target the Hoot Cake, but why would I? It was more like important to target his Link Monster. And then on the end phase here, I decide like, well, now it's time to start getting some Paleos and Graves so I can kind of pop off. I get rid of his field spill. So Dino Miscus lets you just discard and then banish. So I discard this one because that's my only card in my hand. He was thinking there, but yeah, so it goes ahead and resolves, and I discard. So now I got 2 Paleos engraved. And as I mentioned to you guys before, the way I play this is I play turns ahead. As you saw, I was thinking already, like, do I use all of this now, or do I try to set up my field after he does stuff? Which I decided to do that. So I go ahead and use Trap Tricks, banish something, and then set something. But because I use Trap Tricks, I go ahead and not trigger one of my Paleos. And as you guys see, I'm going to have 2 traps here with Trap Trick. So I go ahead and get the Oli noise, and I don't know what I'm going to hit here. It's a 50-50 chance, but I just want to pick his field apart. So I can use one more trap card this turn now, even the one I just set. So I believe I flip it. Yep, I flip it, and then I destroy one of them, which we saw that was his Call by the Grave. So I just wanted to remove all those problems and try to set up my field because I don't want him to get any more advantage. And because I activated the traps, I can go ahead and bring out Lucia, whatever it's called. They're all Paleos. They all do the same things in Grave. But yeah, so then I go ahead to my turn. Now this feels looking less scary, as you guys saw. Like, we kind of just picked it apart a bit. And yeah, I have some plays here, and I decide to don't remember how I want to go about it, but I could go either into a Toad play, which is probably not the best, or it might be, or I might go into I have some engraved, so I might do Opabinya here. to get some extra stuff. I'm not sure which route I go. Okay, so it looks like I normal summon. But just looking at it here is what I would do regardless. So I normal summon it, wait for his response to see if he had anything. I guess I was trying to bait that trap before I start going off. Because now he sees a, oh man, Toad's coming. He knows that it's coming. Toad or whatever. But I believe I don't go for Toad. I think I go for Opie here, just so I can trigger that other trap in Grave. Let's see which one I do. Yep. Okay. Thought so. I go for Opie instead of Toad. You guys are like, what, Jam? Why didn't you go for Toad? I don't need to. Like, I have stuff. I want to get his feel. I want to pick it apart. Like, that's my whole goal here. And as I mentioned to you guys in this build, I kind of built it to kind of get rid of Halio's inherent problem, which is going second. Going second is so hard for us. So I decided to make cards like this. So he goes ahead, yep, and this is why I did OP. So this line of thought here is, even if he has a trap, I will chain to his trap, and I still get a Toad no matter what. That was my line and thought process. That's why I wanted to do OP. I wanted to get rid of his cards. So you see here, I bring out the Dino to that, and then he's like, wait, what? You can do that? And I didn't even get the detach. He didn't even let me detach for OP, I don't think. I think he just literally fired it before I could detach. And on an OP summon. And he was like, wait, you can chain them to my traps? I'm like, yeah. So this was the good play here, because now I can set up for either a Toad, or if I really wanted to, guys, we're playing F-Zero. I could go into F-Zero, but I believe I go ahead and just make a Toad. Yep. So I go for a Toad. Now I have complete control over the field. Like you see, like we picked apart his whole field, and this is how I play, guys. I play like a chess match. If this is like check, I got him in check right now. And you see right here, the duel disconnects. Okay, so this doesn't mean I win. Well, okay, so the way this online tournament stuff works, guys, is sad, but it happens. So when you disconnect, the player that disconnect gets an automatic game loss. So he got a game loss here, and we just go ahead and start on to the next game. Because it's the best 2 out of 3 tournament, right? Like tournament structure. But it's unfortunate that he disconnect right here. So it's all right though, because he was losing anyways. We're gonna go to the next game now. Gonna see. I believe I had to start it like a match, and then he admits defeat right here, and then yeah, okay, and then we go to the next game. All right, so now I believe he gets to choose if he wants to go first or second. I think he goes first this time, even though he made me go second last time. I think he realized that was a bad idea, because I think yeah, I believe he goes first. Let's see. And as you guys see, I sided because this is game 2. So we got our Silver Surfer, and I explained to you guys the whole point of the Mime Lilith thing. It basically makes our going second better, which I assumed that he was going to go first because he didn't want me to go first. Yep. So he does go first. He goes and summons Mageline. Man, seeing these are so nostalgic, guys, man. If you guys remember this format, I don't know how long you've been playing, but seeing this is so nostalgic. I was just like, man, I don't even remember what half these cards do. So I had to keep reading while he does stuff. And then I don't have anything. So you guys are going to see a big pattern in my deck playing style. I don't run hand traps. I don't like hand traps. I think they're stupid because there's so much gas in these decks that if you hit them with one hand trap, it doesn't really help. I'm more about let them set up and then just break their board afterwards. Because if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. But I usually do things that I can, which you see the mine in my hand and kind of just like freeze him and just make this over. So yeah, he's just going nuts here. They all let them like summon on top. They're so cute though. Look at them. Look at this artwork. I love the artwork. They're like based off of French desserts and things like that. That's why I like tiramisu. Like that's a sort of cake type thing. Um, but yeah, see, like there's so many new support for this. Like I didn't even know this one exists. Like look at this thing. I'm like, well, have these cards. I don't know what they do, but he's just going nuts. Like he just pops off, going crazy. And it's not looking too good for my hand. Then he goes ahead and Exceed Change into this one. Exceed Change being when you overlay on top of another Exceed monsters. If you guys are familiar with the anime of Zexal, that's what they call it, Exceed Change. So yeah, he lays it on top. And I'm just like, dang, he going nuts here. So I'm looking like this Mystic Mine in my hand still looks really good and promising. It won't shut me off. I mean, I'll still be able to play is what I'm thinking. So he goes ahead, he brings out the Angeli. And I'm just like, yeah, just keep going. Like, I don't have any responses. Just do what you got to do. I don't think I say that. I think I just keep saying okay, just so he doesn't like go too crazy. But like I said, I don't like hand traps. I think they're dumb. In control decks, I'll say that because it negs you. It really does. And if you guys are paleo players, like you probably know what I'm talking about, which is why, like I said, I just don't play them anymore. And then he goes ahead for the Chateau. Now they're all big. They all get a 500 boost, and he can like shuffle stuff back into his deck. He just goes kind of nuts, dude. Like I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. And this showcases you guys the power of Master Rule 5. Like Madolche's would not have been any type of competition in Link format, but now that they have unlimited, uninhibited zones with their Exceed summons, it's really scary. Like it gets really bad here. Like he has 5 monsters on the field. Ridiculous. He just going nuts. Messenger Gelato. I can't say it. Messenger Gelato, like the ice cream dessert gelato, right? He goes ahead and gets tickets to his hand. I'm gonna butcher a lot of names of cards, so like you guys aren't gonna hear me saying much good about these card names. And then here's this guy, the link that we saw in the last game. And he activates Ticket. Ticket is also pretty powerful. It gives them more effects. And like I said, it's been so long since I've actually played Madolches or against them, and it's just insane, like the advantage that he gets here. If I had Nibiru, this would have been nice, but again, I don't like the hand traps, guys. Even Nibiru, I just don't like waiting for my opponent to do something because it's just kind of hard sometimes. And a lot of decks can out Nibiru beforehand. So yeah, it looks like he just goes nuts here. And he passes it to me on this field, which is pretty interesting. So I'm just like, how do I pick it apart? So all I decide to do here is like, I believe I just slapped down the Mystic Mine. Let's see if I do that. Yeah, I slapped down a Mystic Mine. It makes no sense not to. So now he's stuck under mine. And I'm just looking like, hey, now I can start doing stuff. One of the great interactions with Mystic Mine that this deck does, my deck, this version of it, is Swap Frog. You guys, this is so insane. You get to basically keep bouncing Swap Frog back and then keep your field empty while building up your resources at the same time. It's really powerful. So I don't put a Ronin in engrave because I don't want him to banish it with Call by the Grave or a DD Crow or nothing. So I just go ahead and bounce it back. And then I think I'm safe here. So I go ahead and just set my 2. And then we're going to play the waiting game. Like, Mystic Mine is stupid. They should have banned this card. So I'm just like, all right, combo loses to this card. So I'm going to just let you out it. Usually, I know this is game 2, so he probably has some type of removal, but it should buy me some time to build back my field because my field couldn't do anything without it. Is why. So he goes to the standby phase. And that's the logic behind me running Mystic Mine. And he has a Twin Twister here, which is like, oh no. I expected at least 2 turns. I didn't expect to get blown out with a Twin Twister right there. So this kind of like makes me think. I don't know if I should chain my Compulse or this Oleanoids because I don't know what he's targeting. So I believe I'll wait till he targets something. And he discards the Dark Ruler because he sees there's no point in having that. So he targets my Compulse and, of course, Mystic Mine most likely, I believe. And then I think here, yeah, he targets the Mystic Mine and Compulse. So I'm like, do I Compulse something? I might as well get some use out of it. I believe I go for I have to go for this because this protects it from targeting. So I couldn't do that. I think I wanted to do that one, but I go ahead and just bounce back the Link 2 to make him work harder to bring it back. But this is looking bad here. I'm just like, uh-oh. Mystic Mine is not my only game plan, guys. I know you're seeing it a lot, but it's just really just a help. And then he cosmics me. I'm like, oh no. So now I'm in trouble because now he basically picked my field apart. All my 3 cards are gone. So I chained the Dino or Oleanoids. This is the MST pop one. So I go ahead and pop his field spell. That might have been a wrong play. I think I should have popped Ticket, but to be honest, I popped the field spell because I didn't want him to gain, like they all gained 500 from that. I didn't want him to OTK me here. I was afraid that he was going to OTK me. And he did all of that in his standby phase. So that was like really good opening. I don't know if he drew into that Cosmic and Twister or was he just holding them. I believe he was probably holding them because he didn't sound too like, oh my gosh, when I dropped the mine. So I kind of figured he had something there. So my game plan here was to just stall with Swap Frog and keep bouncing. But now it's kind of like, uh-oh, I don't know what I'm going to do here. So he goes to his main phase now, and as you see, my field is wide open. I have no interaction, and he cosmiced my Paleo Engrave. So this looks bad. Sorry my computer keeps doing this. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, so okay. Let's see. So I believe that's... Yeah, that's Hookase effect going off right there to get him another freaking card from his deck. Like, do you guys see this? They're cute, but they're deadly. Look at this. I've always hated Madolches, man. I got to tell you guys the story about how and why I hate them so much, but this is one of the reasons why, for sure. They just keep getting recursion out of nowhere, and then Jelly comes back. So cute, but so deadly. So he goes ahead and detaches to use this thing's effect. And yeah, so he just starts to kind of like gain all of these resources and go kind of crazy here. So he brings out the gelato, which gets him the chateau back. So it was kind of pointless for me to pop it because now he has the chateau. And I'm just like, I'm looking and adding up the math here. And I'm just like, yeah, the writing's on the wall right here, guys. I don't have no battle fader, nothing crazy to stop this attack now. And I don't even have my what's the name, evenly matched in hand. So like, even if I survive this battle phase to do anything. So yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and proceed to OTK me here because I couldn't do anything. So I just scooped. It was unfortunate. And that scared me. I was like, wow, that had a lot of power. And I didn't expect it because that's why he wanted to go second the first game because he was probably going to do something similar and just OTK me. So we go ahead and we side here. Of course, I lost, so I could decide to go first because why wouldn't I go first? And this hand is pretty okay. This red pointy finger guy is so OP, guys. I love this card. And it's appropriate too. Simo talked about this card too, so using it in his tournament is kind of funny. But he's talked about this card a while. I think DZ also talked about this card. And shout out to Mike Evans from my local who also told me about this card. This card is nuts. This card is so good. It basically lets you see your whole opponent's hand. So I decided to say, how do I want to do this? I could have hit him with the Mine Lilith, or I could get some resources engraved. I believe I go Mine Lilith because Toad normal summon is not that good. I remember, like I said, Mike taught me a lot about Lilith, and I remember he said that Lilith is like one of your best normal summons of the Paleo deck, Frog deck. So I decided to go normal summon Lilith instead of Toad. Swap Frog. And then this is the niche interaction that you guys saw me use in the last game where anytime Lilith does a quick effect, she tributes herself and gives me pick 3 trap cards and set 1. It's a quick effect. So anytime he decides to summon a monster, I can flip Lilith and then basically clear my field. But I go ahead and use Order of Lotus right here on draw phase. I think that's the best time to do it. So if you guys aren't familiar with the card, you can read the text right there. I pay 2,000 of my own life points and show him my hand. That's the whole cost of it. And then if it resolves, I get to see his whole hand, which is nuts because you get so much knowledge to see what the player is playing. So let's see what happens here. So I go ahead and I pay the life points, and then he shows me his hand. You can't see it right here, so I'm going to go ahead and show it to you right here. Show both. So, okay, we look at his hand and we see that he has a ticket, a chateau, a gelato, a cyclone, a DD Crow, which is scary, and then an evenly. That's more scary. This is the reason why this card exists for me in control decks, and I think Paleo plays this the best out of most of these control decks. I get to see what he has in his hand and rip it out of his hand. So he got that right there. I'm like, oh no, you're not about to evenly me. So I'm like, give me that. So I take the evenly. I'm pretty sure I have to at this case. These other cards are powerful, but I'd rather not lose my entire field here. So I believe I take the evenly out. Let's see what I do. Because I still have trap tricks to like kind of like play around these other cards, which is why I'm not too concerned. Also Lilith, like as soon as he normal summons, the gelato is kind of useless here. So I'm like just thinking like every single calculated play in my head, like, okay, what can he do with the cards he has? So yeah, I ripped the evenly. I had to. There was no other reason not to. So I ripped that out. He gets it back at the end phase. This card is nuts, guys. Like just absolute nutty. You side in when you go first, obviously. So then I flip trap tricks right here preemptively to make sure that I keep control of this field right here. And it doesn't matter because I can't use Lilith's set card anyway. So I just kind of like get ready for his normal summon here. So let's see. Yep, I hit a paleo because I want to try to start snowballing into my monsters now to take advantage of what's here. So we know his hand up into this moment. So he goes ahead and he activates Chateau. I go ahead and I put a Canadian so I can book his monster as soon as he summons it. So he doesn't get into no overlays or nothing. And he activates Ticket. He normal summons the Gelato. And right here, I believe I shotgun Lilith as soon as he summons it on the summon. Yep, there it goes right there, like I said. So now he's stuck in mine. Mine's effect just comes on the field now. And then I can get another trap card, which I can't use it. So I go Metaverse or Dusters. Dusters is really good. But I wanted the Metaverse just in case he somehow gets rid of it because we know he has the Cosmic in hand, right? So I'm just like, either way, you're going to have to deal with the mine now or the cards I just said. So you don't have enough removal to do it. And evenly is basically useless at this point. So he goes ahead and he cosmics the mine, of course. He decides to do that instead of hitting one of my face downs, which he knows both of these face downs. Well, he could know. This could either be Dusters or Metaverse, which I got the Dusters off of Lilith because it's random. So I chose 3 cards, and then I chose 2 Dusters and 1 Metaverse. So he doesn't know which one it is. So he goes ahead and he tries to do some damage because he's like, he realizes like, wow, I need to do something or else he's about to go crazy. We take a little bit of damage. Sure, this boosts him by 500 and he's kind of beefy, but I don't care. I don't even waste my Canada here. I call it Canada. But yeah, I didn't even waste it. I was waiting to set up for next turn. So I go ahead and I draw. He gets this back now, which evenly matches pointless now because he has these 2 face-up cards, so who cares? But he gets it back. I don't think he remember it. I think I tell him that you get it back. But I go ahead and I normal summon Swap Frog. And I try to start doing some froggy plays here. Then I go ahead and discard and do it again. Send a Ronin, start loading my graveyard up. Go ahead and banish. I knew he had the DD Crow, right? So that's why I kind of just waited to set another Ronin because I knew that was his only target, right? But that's why the way I sculpt the field, as you guys see, no matter what, I have a resource to do this. So I have this Canada right here. So I go ahead and I flip Canada just to book that. And then from here, I go ahead and I flip the Dusters, which he didn't know what it was. And when I flipped it, he was like, oh my goodness, that's really good. And it was great because it was perfect timing. When I flipped that, I got a trap so I get to trigger my Paleo. So now right here, we got the play. I believe I show you guys this next play that I was talking about. Most people right here would have went for Toad, I believe, but being a Frog Master, I saw some plays that most people didn't. Let's see if I do it here. I believe I do. I go ahead and I go into Coral instead. So, like I said, Coral is really powerful, guys. If it's uninterrupted, it basically lets you bring back Swap Frog for free or any other of your frogs or water monsters. So I make Coral instead. So she special summoned one of the water monsters to the zone. So instead of going for this, because I know he doesn't have anything, right? So I want to snowball as much advantage as I can here. I'm being greedy. So I go ahead and I bring out Swap Frog. Swap Frog effects triggers again. I dump another one. That's why I render his DD Crow useless, because now we have another frog in graveyard right here. See, knowledge is so powerful in this game. If I didn't know to play around the DD Crow, I would have been in trouble. So I go ahead now from here. Then we go into our Toadally Awesome Exceed monster. So Toad Boy is on field, and we got Coral. You guys are probably like, why didn't he attack? I can't attack because I use Dusters. If you use Dusters, you can't declare an attack. It's okay, though, because the advantage is so good that he's top decking now. He just has one card. It doesn't matter what he draws. I can negate it. So he doesn't have anything in draw phase, so I'll go ahead and use standby phase Toad's effect, bring out a dupe, and now he's stuck. I have a negate. Dupe is blocking an attack, and then next turn I can snowball in some more advantage with Coral, or I can just Borrow Sword him. So he just passed. Like, I don't know what he drew. Let's see what he actually drew here. It looks like he drew a Magellan. He was supposed to get this evenly matched back. I think I told him that, and he just said, yeah, it's all right. I'll just leave it there. But he was supposed to have been got that back. So, okay, I go ahead, standby phase Toad, or sorry, Swap Frog sends. Now I have so much advantage that it's pretty much over here. The writing's on the wall. So I go ahead and banish for Ronin to bring out Ronin from grave. Then I go ahead right here and I'll link into my Borrow Sword. As I mentioned to you guys, the whole point of this is why once hold isn't too bad. We're just trying to get the kill shot. This is our ender. This is the game ender. If we get this out, it's pretty much over. So I go ahead and then bring out Borrow Sword. And then I want to keep on snowballing to make sure he don't have no kind of effects in graveyard to negate. So I have the one negate on board with Toad. So I bring out a Ronin. And then I go ahead right here and switch it to Ronin to defense mode, which is, we're going to pause right there. I've seen a lot of players do this, like, who are paleo players, and I don't understand why they do this. They make the Borrow Sword and then they use their effect on Toad. Why would you do that? You have so much resources in graveyard. Just summon a monster and then switch it to defense mode so you can keep Toad in attack mode. And don't even risk it being destroyed. So yeah, I go ahead and I switch him to defense, and then I can attack twice here. And then I'm going to go style on him because I didn't have enough to end the game completely because he had a defense mode monster. So you guys are like, what is he making here? Behold, the totally awesome monster that I used to play back in the day. It's so cute and adorable. Say hello to Cat Shark. Cat Shark is so powerful, guys. In Master Ruel 4 with the links, it lost all its potency. I hovered over so you can read it, but basically, it makes Toad a big boy. You can double Toad's attack points. So it's insane. So he's just like, what? He has game? How? He's like, I've never seen this card before. What does that do? And I told him, like, yeah, it basically makes Toad like 2 times stronger. And he's like, oh, snap. So he has nothing to stop this. So I'm just going to go ahead, boost the Toad to 4,400 attack points, and then Borrow Sword can attack twice. I go ahead and banish one more just to get one more negate on board to make sure that I don't have to tribute Toad for a negate in case he has something. Okay, so then we just go ahead into battle phase, and then I just go ahead and I hit him with Borrow Sword, and then I go ahead. He brings back a Madolche. That doesn't matter. And then we just go ahead and Borrow Sword attack one more time. And then for total game right there, Toad attacks with 44. Boom. Game over. So that's basically how this works. You want to stun them and then just end them. Like, I set my laser to stun to kill easily, real fast. That's basically how it works. So he goes ahead and he scoops. because it's over. So yeah, guys, stay tuned for the next round. Make sure you guys subscribe so you can see what's happening. Click the next video. Is going to be basically the next round.